Hey YouTube, it's me, Big Boy Snatch on TV, aka what kind of snatch one, because I got playing around. As you can tell by the title of the thumbnail, this is my WWE Smackdown review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning over towards the end. Give this video 50 likes, subscribe to my channel because I'm on the road to 12K before the end of April. Follow my social media down below in the description, and go check out my AEW Dynamite that I did on the channel yesterday. Without further ado, let's get started. Now WWE Smackdown was a solid show for what it was. Not I give the show a 5 out of 10. Alright, WWE Smackdown was live from Portland, Oregon, Moda Center. WWE Smackdown kicks off with Knights of the Elimination Chamber. Live in the arena, Randy Orton's music hits and out he comes to the ring. He gets in the ring and the fans chant Randy. He welcomes everyone to SmackDown. The fans chant RKO and Randy Orton smiles. He says he got the venue today and the WrestleMania sign was already up. He says he will look at it during the day. He started thinking about each individual WrestleMania that he has performed in. He says there have been 20 of them, and he has only main evented twice. He says it doesn't matter who you are, what you have done, how many titles you won, how many records you set. It doesn't matter. There is no guarantee that you will go to WrestleMania, let alone main event in WrestleMania. Randy Orton smiles and says, "Here we are," and he can say that Randy Orton is going back to the main event of WrestleMania 42. So WWE is trying to do everything in their power to stop Randy Orton from getting 15. I want Randy Orton to win at WrestleMania. If Randy Orton does not win at WrestleMania, we all gonna riot, and that's all I gotta say. Alright. Randy Orton says he has never been the guy to stand in the ring and says that he is the best. He is not weird. He is not weird that way, but he does let his peers do the talking, and a lot of them put him in that category. Man that he admired growing up, like Ric Flair, The Undertaker, Harley Race, they put him in that category. JBL used to commentated and would say Randy is what you get if you were to build a wrestler from the ground up. He says the way that makes him feel is something else. President's Day. He sees the man he shares a locker room with, the amazing talent man. It makes him proud to know that he is still doing it doing it after all that time, and people still consider him to be at the top of his game, which is I agree with that. Randy Orton says not to get it twisted. This wasn't handed to him. He earned it. Randy Orton says when it comes to the main event of WrestleMania 42, he doesn't know who his opponent will be, but we will know in a few hours. Randy Orton says it feels different about the two possibilities, Drew McIntyre or Cody Rhodes. He says it doesn't matter who's in it. It doesn't matter who it is. He is not leaving Las Vegas empty-handed. He approach will be the same. He will go to Las Vegas with a chip on his shoulder, and he will leave Las Vegas with the WWE Undisputed Championship around his waist. Randy Orton says he planned on accomplishing that using one way, and that is by using the three most dangerous letters, RKO. And the lights go out. Trick Williams' music hits, and out comes Trick Williams. He says to cut the music. The sexiest and most entertaining superstar alive has finally arrived, and the truth is that he has voice in his head too, and they are telling him that he has a bone to pick with Randy Orton, because they all know that Trick Williams should be in the main event of WrestleMania 42, but he has another problem with Randy Orton. Maybe even bigger than that. Randy Orton comes out on Saturday. He went to his chamber him standing on his tippy toes and says Trick is not 6 foot, 6 foot 5 feet. Now here he is in the ring, in his ring, man to man, face to face, eye to eye, and it ain't because he has these lemon pepper steppers, but he is talking. Randy Orton hits him with the RKO, music hits, and he stands on the second rope celebrating. This was a good segment between Randy Orton and Trick Williams, but I like how Randy Orton hit Trick Williams with an RKO. Alright, we see a clip from earlier in the day with Nick Aldis and Carmelo Hayes. Nick Aldis tells him he has an opponent for him tonight for the United States Championship Open Challenge match. And thank you, Triple H, for leaking Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 42 Night 1. I seen this leak this morning, so thank you, Triple H, for spoiling it for everybody within the wrestling community. Alright, so we go to commercial break. So we get the United States Championship Challenge. Carmelo Hayes versus Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. This was a decent match, what it was. The bell rings, we are underway. Hydro Del Ragnar Jr. with a drop kick, followed by a cannonball in a corner. Carmelo Hayes rolls onto the ring apron, but Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. kicks him onto the side of the head. Carmelo Hayes falls to the outside of the ring, and Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. with a cannonball. He throws Carmelo Hayes back into the ring and goes for a cover, but Carmelo Hayes kicks out. Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. with a body slam, and he climbs the top rope. Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. with a drop kick. He goes for the cover, but Carmelo Hayes kicks out. Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. lifts Carmelo Hayes up, but Carmelo Hayes with a right hand. Carmelo Hayes with a drop kick and kicks onto Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. leg. Carmelo Hayes gets Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. hung up in between the ropes, and he lands a springboard leg drop. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Carmelo Hayes with a kick to the side of the head, but Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. with the clothesline. Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. goes for the cover, but Carmelo Hayes kicks out. Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. goes for a clothesline, but Carmelo Hayes moves out of the way and lands a springboard clothesline. Carmelo Hayes with a dirty Donna. He goes for the cover, but Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. kicks out. Carmelo Hayes goes for the first 48, but Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. grabs him and powerbombs him. He goes for the cover, but Carmelo Hayes kicks out. Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. with a forearm to the face. He lifts Carmelo Hayes up, but Carmelo Hayes lands on his feet. Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. with a big boot. Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. gets on the top rope and jumps, but Carmelo Hayes with the first 48. He goes for the cover, but Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. kicks out. Carmelo Hayes climbs the top rope and jumps, but Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. moves out of the way. Carmelo Hayes lands on his feet, but Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. with a knee to the face. Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. gets Carmelo Hayes on his shoulders, and he hits a powerbomb, and he powerbombs him. He goes for the cover, but Carmelo Hayes kicks out. Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. climbs the top rope, and he goes for a moonsault, but Carmelo Hayes moves out of the way. Carmelo Hayes climbs the top rope, and he lands nothing but net. Carmelo Hayes goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match is still your United States Champion, Carmelo Hayes. This was a decent match for what it was between Carmelo Hayes and Hydro Del Dr. Ragnar Jr. We cut to the back, and Kathy Kelly is with Ilya Dragunov. He tells her that he never wants to be other people and accept a title match if he keeps losing. He tells her he learned that from the greatest warrior he has ever known, his mother. She sacrificed and carried the weight of the entire world on her shoulders. When people call him warrior, it means a lot for him. And until he can become that warrior again, he will wait and comes the Miz. He says in his day he was taught to always say yes. Carmelo Hayes, not Carmelo Hayes, but yeah, it says, what's this? Carmelo Hayes offers him a title match, and Eli Dragunov says no. In comes Kit Wilson. He tells Eli Dragunov that his masculinity is toxic. Eli Dragunov says fighting is always the answer, and he walks away. The Miz tells Kit Wilson that he got this, and walks away. Alright, so we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Nick Aldis is with Damian Priest. He says he heard he has a match tonight, and comes R-Truth. He tells Damian Priest that Damian Priest is in big trouble, and they are both in trouble. Nick Aldis tells him they are both in the tag team turmoil match. Damian Priest says winning tag team titles sounds pretty good for him. He thanks him. They walk away, and in comes Drew McIntyre. He tells Nick Aldis that now that he has had a chance to calm down, to be reasonable. He says he is the face of the brand. They made an agreement when he won the title that there will be no rematches for Cody unless he wins the Royal Rumble or Chamber. He tells Nick Aldis to make it right. Nick Aldis tells him what is unreasonable is Drew telling him time after time that he was going to let things happen, and as they should. He says Drew McIntyre went back on his word, and he went back on his. He tells Drew McIntyre to defend the title tonight unless he wants to forfeit. Drew McIntyre says it always feels like it's Drew McIntyre against the world. He says he beat Cody Rhodes before, and he will do it again. The only way Cody will take the title from him is by taking it from his cold, dead hands. Alright, we see a bottle of champagne, and champagne glasses are in the ring. Out comes the new women's tag team champions, Nia Jax and Lash Legend. The irresistible force. Nia Jax tells them to soak it all in. They to get a real good look at 2 6-foot stallions. Nia Jax says now with the titles, they have the entire division on lock. They are generous champions. They won't just settle any and all challenges and are welcome, but it won't make a difference. Lash Legend says Nia Jax is right, because if anyone is brave enough to step to them and try to take the titles, if you run up, you gonna get done up. And for those in the back, this is their first, last, and only warning that the irresistible force are here, and they're not going anywhere. She says since it is Women's History Month, it is only fitting for them to have a toast, a cheer to the most grand, dominant WWE Tag Team Champions. She hands Nia Jax a glass, and she grabs a glass. They toast in the ring with powers going off on stage. Charlotte Flair music hits, and now she comes. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss to the ring. Alexa Bliss says she is really happy for Nia Jax. Looked like she finally found a coattail to ride all the way to the top. But they remember what exactly happened. The only reason they lost the titles to Kabuki Warriors is because they interfered in their matches. Charlotte Flair says they both of them want challengers. They are looking at the next ones in line. Out comes Julia and Kiana James to the ring. Kiana James tells them to wait because 2 weeks ago she was in a triple threat match against Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair, and she won the match. She says she pinned Alexa Bliss in the Elimination Chamber. She says they plan on going to WrestleMania way or another. Julia begins to speak in Japanese. She says they will walk into Vegas with the tag team champions. Kiana James tells Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair to step to the side. They start to argue, and out comes Nick Aldis. He makes a tag team match between both teams. So we go to commercial break. Let me take a sip of my water. Alright, so we get the next match. So we get Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Julia and Kiana James. And that tag team match right here, this was, it wasn't bad, but it was just okay for what it was. Because you already know who won that match. Back from commercial, and the match is already underway. Kiana James is on the outside of the ring, and Charlotte Flair is on the ring apron. Charlotte Flair with that cannonball onto both Kiana James and Julia. She grabs Kiana James, but Kiana James pushes Charlotte Flair into the ring post. She throws Charlotte Flair back into the ring. Kiana James goes for the cover, but Charlotte Flair kicks out. Kiana James with the elbow drop. Julia is tagged in, and she lands a drop kick. Julia goes for the cover, but Charlotte Flair kicks out. Kiana James is tagged back in. Kiana James with shoulder tackles in the corner. Kiana James goes for a standing moonsault, but Charlotte Flair gets her knees up. Charlotte Flair with a big boot, but Kiana James with a boot, and both women are down. Julia is tagging in, as is Alexa Bliss. Julia goes for a right hand, but Alexa Bliss with a drop kick. Alexa Bliss to the ropes, and she lands a senton. She goes for the cover, but Julia kicks out. Alexa Bliss grabs Julia, but Julia with a right hand. Alexa Bliss with a drop kick. She throws Julia on the outside of the ring. Alexa Bliss gets on the ring apron and goes for a crossbody, but Kiana James grabs her and slams her. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Kiana James and Julia are down in the ring. Charlotte Flair climbs the top rope and lands a moonsault on them both. Charlotte Flair goes for the cover on Kiana James, but Kiana James kicks out. Julia is tagged in, and she lands a back suplex. She goes for the cover, but Charlotte Flair kicks out. Julia lifts Charlotte Flair up, but Charlotte Flair lands on her feet. She hits Julia with a German suplex, and in comes Kiana James, but Alexa Bliss with a DDT. Charlotte Flair with the natural selection on Julia. She goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. So you mean to tell me that Charlotte Flair pinned the Women's United States Championship clean in the middle of the ring? I don't like when champions are taking a pin for being tapped out. So Charlotte Flair pinned the Women's United States Championship, Julia, and clean in the middle of the ring. But this was okay match. What it was, a video of Jelly Roll airs, and he congratulates Randy Orton on winning. Jelly Roll says that he will be on SmackDown next week. Kathy Kelly is backstage with Cody Rhodes. He tells her that he just wants to point at the sign. Obstacle after obstacle. The only thing that remains is Drew McIntyre. He will hope that the next time they speak, she will be speaking to the new WWE champion. She wishes him luck and walks away. In comes Sami Zayn. He tells Cody Rhodes that he knows things has been icy for the last couple of weeks. He is not trying to get into Cody Rhodes' head. He says it is crazy that it is happening. Cody Rhodes asks him what is crazy. Sami Zayn tells him that Cody Rhodes beat him too qualified to let that go, but Cody Rhodes lost in the Elimination Chamber. The whole point is the winner gets a WWE Championship opportunity, but he lost, and Cody Rhodes is getting this match. He says Cody Rhodes is getting a second chance, but he isn't. Cody tells him Sami Zayn is politicking for the title, and he hasn't even won it yet. Sami Zayn tells him that Cody Rhodes thinks he is trying to angle his way in. Cody Rhodes tells him he doesn't know and to spit it out. Sami Zayn tells him he doesn't know. He says he comes here to tell him good luck, and it turns into all of this. He tells him good luck because he might not he not believe it. I'm sorry. He might need it. I'm sorry. But he is rooting for him. He wants what he wants what it is best for him. He tells him to go out and do what Cody does, to go be a WWE champion again. Cody tells him okay and walks away. Sami Zayn gets angry and yells. So they're gonna turn Sami Zayn heel at this point. Y'all need to do something about Sami Zayn, because it looks like Sami Zayn is gonna turn heel. And that's all I gotta say. We see clips of Trick Williams on the Breakfast Club on the Breakfast Club show. WWE Tag Team Champions #1 Contenders Turmoil match. The Motor City Machine Guns versus Faxion versus the Y6 versus Humberto and Garza versus R-Truth and Damian Priest. This match was fun for what it was. The Motor City Machine Guns Faxion start the match. Yeah, the Motor City Machine Guns and Faxion start the match. Fraser and Shelley start the match. Both men with kicks and right hands. Chris Sabin is tagging and Alex Shelley is thrown to the outside of the ring. Chris Sabin with a shoulder tackle and Axiom is tagging. Axiom slams Chris Sabin on the mat. Nathan is tagging and Alex Shelley is tagging. Nathan Frazier with a kick to the outside of the head. Axiom is tagging and they double team Alex Shelley. Chris Sabin gets in the ring and they double team him. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin to the outside of the ring. Nathan Frazier with a suicide dive and Axiom with a suicide dive. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Nathan Frazier with a drop kick onto the Motor City Machine Guns and they fall to the outside of the ring. Nathan Frazier with a splash over the top rope. Both men. He throws Chris Sabin into the ring and Nathan Frazier with a knee to the face. Alex Shelley is tagging and they double team Nathan Frazier. Chris Sabin is tagging. Axiom trips Alex Shelley up on the ring apron. Axiom is tagging and Axiom climbs the top rope. He drop kicks Chris Sabin. He goes for the cover. Alex Shelley puts Chris Sabin's foot on the bottom rope, but the referee counts to 3. Motor City Machine Guns are eliminated. Los Garza are in the ring. Barto slams Nathan Frazier and goes for the cover, but Nathan Frazier kicks out. Garza is tagged in and they double team Nathan Frazier. Garza goes for the cover, but Axiom breaks it up. Barto throws Axiom to the outside of the ring. Garza climbs the top rope, but Nathan Frazier jumps to the top. Axiom is tagged in and Nathan Frazier with a superplex. Axiom with a kick. He goes for the cover, but Barto kicks out. He grabs Nathan Frazier, but Nathan Frazier throws him to the outside. Angel climbs the top rope and in the other corner. Nathan Frazier climbs the top rope. Barto pushes Nathan Frazier down. Angel pushes Axiom down. Barto is tagging and they land MTY. Barto goes for the cover and gets the pin. Alright. Faxion are eliminated. Out comes the Y6. Commercial break. Back from commercial, Dexter Lumis is thrown to the ring. Back from commercial. Dexter Lumis is thrown to the outside of the ring. That's how I was trying to say. Angel with right hands and he throws Dexter Lumis into the ring. Berto is tagged back in. Berto with a kick. He goes for the cover, but Dexter Lumis kicks out. Berto with a half crab, but Dexter Lumis kicks him off. Berto gets up and hits Joe Gacy off the ring apron. Angel is tagged in, and they double team Dexter Lumis. Berto goes for the cover, but Joe Gacy breaks it up. Joe Gacy is tagged in and hits him. He hits a big boot onto Los Garza. Joe Gacy with a back suplex onto Berto. He goes for the cover, but Berto kicks out. Angel gets in the ring, but Joe Gacy hits him with a super kick. With the referee distracted, Tonga Loa pulls Joe Gacy to the outside of the ring. That distracts Joe Gacy. Berto rolls Joe Gacy up and gets pinned. Alright. The Y6 are eliminated. Out comes R-Truth and Damian Priest. The Y6 and MTF MTF fight to the back. Alright, so we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Lars Guns are on the outside of the ring. Damian Priest to the outside, and he pushes Angel onto the announcer table. Barto with a suicide dive. He throws Damian Priest back into the ring. Barto with a springboard kick to the side of the head. Barto climbs the top rope, and he lands a moonsault. He goes for the cover, but Damian Priest kicks out. Barto grabs Damian Priest, but Damian Priest with a broken arrow. R-Truth is tagged in. R-Truth with a shoulder tackle, followed by a slam. R-Truth with the you can't see me in the 5-knuckle shuffle. R-Truth goes for the AA, but Barto lands on his feet. R-Truth turns around and he gets Barto in the STF, but Angel breaks it up. Damian Priest is tagged in. Damian Priest and R-Truth in the ring. Damian Priest with the AA. Damian Priest with the AA on Angel, and R-Truth with the AA on Angel, and Damian Priest with the Sapa Pebble. They go for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Damian Priest and R-Truth. This was a fun match, what it was. Commercial break. Back from commercial, we see Randy Orton walking backstage. He is stopped by Sami Zayn and tells Randy Orton he is really happy for him. He says Randy Orton qualified because Drew McIntyre got involved, but in the Chamber match, Randy Orton did the exact same thing to Cody. He wants to know how Randy Orton does it. How he talks about Cody Rhodes like he is one of the closest friends, and dropping him when he turns his back. Randy Orton tells him that sometimes you have to be selfish. Sami Zayn asks him if that makes Randy Orton a bad person. Randy Orton tells him it makes him a 14-time world champion. Sami Zayn says you can't. Sami Zayn said, what's it? 14-time world champion. 14-time world champion. Sami Zayn says you can't argue with that. He wishes Randy Orton luck and tells him he really hopes he wins. Randy Orton tells him he believes in Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn needs to believe in himself. He tells Sami Zayn to maybe try listening to the voices. Randy Orton walks away, but in comes Aleister Black and Selena Vega. Aleister Black tells him not to worry about him, just the nature of the beast. Alright, so we get Rhea Ripley, music hits, and now she comes to the ring. She says that she said she was going to come here, and she is here. She tells Jericho Cargill to, since there is a lot Jay wants to tell her, she can come out and say it to her face. Jericho Cargill, music hits, and now she comes. Jay extended her hand to Rhea Ripley, shakes it. Jade tells Rhea Ripley that she gave her a handshake because she respects her. She respects all of her accomplishments. She respects how the people love her. She respects how Rhea Ripley earned her way to see her in a title shot at WrestleMania 42. And as someone who works hard in the gym, she respects how hard Rhea Ripley works to have the body she has. But she is not impressed. Rhea Ripley's arms are big, but hers are bigger. Her legs, they're muscular, powerful, even, but hers are more powerful. She is more powerful, and she is more worthy for the WWE Women's Champion. And comes WrestleMania 42. She will beat the you-know-what out of her, and there is nothing she can do about it because she's that you-know-what. Okay. Jay Cargill drops the microphone. Rhea Ripley extends her hand, and Jay Cargill shakes it. Rhea Ripley tells her that she respects the honesty. Now she knows what Jay really thinks about her, and she just doesn't impress her physically. But Jay Cargill does impress her physically. Jay Cargill's shoulders, they might be a bit bigger than hers. Maybe her arms are too. Maybe her legs are also. And by feeling of it, maybe her hand is also. But if Jericho Gill hits her with her best shot, Does she really think that Rhea Ripley is going to go down and stay down? No. But if Rhea Ripley hits her with hers, there is absolutely no way Jade Cargill is getting back up. Because the difference between them is that Jade Cargill's body is built for a show. Her body is built for fighting. She says Jade Cargill. You said Jade Cargill. I'm sorry. Her body is built for fighting. That's what I said. She says Jade works out because she is more athletically pleasing. She works out because her body can survive and thrive in this business. When that bell rings, Jade Cargill can flex all she wants. It doesn't matter because she is going to fight, and she is going to take that title from her, and she is going to take it with her. She's going to take it with force. And there's not a you know what thing that Jade Cargill can do about it, because she is that you know what. Rhea Ripley drops the microphone and they are face to face. Rhea Ripley music hits and she leaves the ring. This promo, this was a good promo between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. But I do miss Bianca Belair, so I hope Bianca Belair can make a speedy recovery so Bianca Belair can come back and feud against Jade Cargill. But Jade Cargill's title reign has been boring, and that's all I gotta say. And Rhea Ripley, I think Rhea Ripley's going to take the title off of Jade Cargill. So that's all I gotta say. We cut to the back, and Johnny Gargano is laying down on a piece of crack. Alex Shelley is with Candice LeRae. In comes Chris Sabin. He tells Alex Shelley that they lost their match, and he comes to see Johnny Gargano. He asks Alex Shelley why he didn't break the pin. Alex Shelley says he did, and they argue off. Candice LeRae tells him she needs to get up. That Candice LeRae tells him she needs. Candice LeRae tells him that he needs to get up to be Johnny wrestling. He gets up and tells her she is right and go to the ring. Ever since Tommaso Ciampa has left the WWE to be with AEW, Johnny Gargano hasn't been himself lately. So when Johnny Gargano's contract gets expired by WWE, Johnny Gargano's going straight to AEW, and I can see that happening. So DIY can be reunited on AEW, and that's all I gotta say. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, a Bo Dallas video package airs. He tells Soul Sikoa that he will not step until it is returned. He talking about the ladder. So MFT and the Y6 are feuding over a ladder. It is what it is. Okay. In the arena, Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae are in the ring. He says it's time that he remembers who he is. He needs to be Johnny wrestling again. And that starts tonight. He makes an open invitation to anyone in the locker room to get calm. That don't make any sense. He makes an open invitation to anyone in the locker room to get out, come out and get in the ring. Right now, the lights goes out. Yeah, the lights go out, and out comes Oba Femi to the ring. Alright, you know Oba Femi is one of my favorite wrestlers, so that's all I gotta say. But sign Oba Femi to Raw, so we can get Oba Femi versus Rusev. But anyway, we get Johnny Gargano accompanied by Candice LeRae versus Oba Femi. This is a squash match, but I'm glad that my favorite wrestler won, which is Oba Femi. The bell rings, we're on the way. The bell rings and we are on the way. Johnny Gargano goes for a right hand, but Oba Femi catches him. Johnny Gargano lands on his feet. Johnny Gargano with their right hand and goes for an armbar, but Oba Femi with a chop. Johnny Gargano in the corner, and Oba Femi with a running elbow to the face. Oba Femi lifts him up and lands a pup toss. Oba Femi lifts Johnny Gargano up and lands the lands far from grace. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Oba Femi. This was a squash match for what it was, and I'm glad Oba Femi won. But sign Oba Femi to Monday Night Raw so he can battle Rusev. I want to see Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. Make that happen, WWE. Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. Make that happen. Listen to the community, and that's all I gotta say. We see Jade Cargill walking backstage. She is stopped by B-Fab and Mitchin, who has a candlestick. Mitchin asks her if she forgot about her. Jade Cargill tells her she didn't, but she has more important things. She asks Mitchin why she let Rhea Ripley skip the line, and she tells this is exactly where I was at. And she tells it's right here. It's right here. She tells Jade Cargill. It says right here. We see Jade Cargill walking backstage. She is stopped by B-Fab and Mitchin, who has a candlestick. Mitchin asks her if she forgot about her. Jade Cargill tells her she didn't, but she has more important things. She asks Mitchin why she let Rhea Ripley skip the line, and she tells Jade Cargill that she earned it. Jade Cargill tells her she will stop waiting and she will see her next week. So we go to commercial break. Nick Aldis is walking backstage. He is stopped by Danhausen. He shows Nick Aldis a piece of paper asking him to be in the Hall of Fame and wanted a mentor. Nick Aldis says it is not really his job for that. Nick Aldis walks and finds Miz. He shakes his hand and Miz tells him he is trying to help superstars. Nick Aldis thanks Miz for that, and he tells him he has someone for him to mentor, a brand new WWE superstar. And then comes Danhausen. He extends his hand to shake, and Miz tells Nick Aldis he needs someone he can mentor, someone to teach him how to master, inspire, and zone in. Nick Aldis walks away. Miz tells him he won't mentor him, and Danhausen tells him if he doesn't, he will be cursed. And to remember what happened to Dominic Mysterio on Monday. Miz turns around and Danhausen dappers. But like I said before, Danhausen is overrated. But Danhausen has a fan base, and that's all I gotta say from here. Alright, so we go to commercial break. So we get the main event of the evening. So we get the undisputed WWE Champion Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes. This was a good main event match, but the outcome was Drew McIntyre should have retained the undisputed WWE Championship until WrestleMania 42 Night 1. And that's all I gotta say. And I already know it's gonna be controversy all over social media. But this was a good main event match. The bell rings were underway. Drew McIntyre leaves the ring and heads to the back, but Cody Rhodes runs after him and hits him with a right hand. Cody Rhodes throws Drew McIntyre back, but Cody Rhodes runs after him and he hits him with right hands. Cody Rhodes throws Drew McIntyre into the barricade, chops the chest by Cody Rhodes, and he throws Drew McIntyre over the barricade. He pulls Drew McIntyre towards the ringside. Cody Rhodes throws Drew McIntyre back into the ring. Drew McIntyre with a chop, and he hits Cody Rhodes with a right hand. Drew McIntyre with a chop to the chest, but Cody Rhodes with a right hand. Cody Rhodes with the disaster kick. Cody Rhodes gets Drew McIntyre in the corner, and he climbs the second rope. Cody Rhodes with the right hand. He grabs Drew McIntyre and throws him towards the turnbuckle. But Drew McIntyre. He says with Cody Rhodes with right hands, he grabs Drew McIntyre and throws him towards the turnbuckles, but Drew McIntyre with that kick. Drew McIntyre with the overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Cody Rhodes rolls to the outside of the ring. Drew McIntyre to the outside and grabs Cody Rhodes, but Cody Rhodes slams Drew McIntyre face first onto the ring steps. Cody Rhodes goes for a suicide dive, but Drew McIntyre with that right hand. Cody Rhodes falls to the outside of the ring, and Drew McIntyre slams Cody Rhodes face first into the ring steps. He lifts Cody Rhodes up and he drops him onto the ring apron. Drew McIntyre throws Cody Rhodes into the ring, and he goes for the cover, but Cody Rhodes kicks out. Drew McIntyre lifts Cody Rhodes up and he lands a suplex. Drew McIntyre goes for the cover, but Cody Rhodes kicks out. Drew McIntyre with a chop to the chest and he lifts Cody Rhodes up, but Cody Rhodes lands on his feet. Cody Rhodes with the right hands. Cody Rhodes with a snap power slam. Cody Rhodes with the Cody cutter. Cody Rhodes grabs Drew McIntyre and goes for the crossroads, but Drew McIntyre drops and leaves the ring. Cody Rhodes grabs Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre pulls Cody Rhodes' left arm into the ring post. Cody Rhodes rolls back into the ring. Drew McIntyre with a DDT. He goes for the cover, but Cody Rhodes kicks out. Drew McIntyre with a modified armbar, but Cody Rhodes with a right hand. Drew McIntyre grabs Cody Rhodes' arm and slams it onto his knees. Drew McIntyre climbs the top rope, but Cody Rhodes with a right hand. Cody Rhodes climbs the top rope and he lands a superplex. Cody Rhodes with a right hand and he trips Drew McIntyre down. Cody Rhodes with a figure 4 leg lock, but Drew McIntyre makes it to the ropes. Drew McIntyre pulls Cody Rhodes' left arm and Drew McIntyre rolls to the outside of the ring. Cody Rhodes with that suicide dive. Cody Rhodes throws Drew McIntyre onto the announcer table. They stand on the table and Cody Rhodes goes for the crossroads, but Drew McIntyre hits him with the right hand on the announcer table collapse. Cody Rhodes pulls a table from under the ring, but Drew McIntyre hits him from behind. Drew McIntyre placed the table at ringside. Drew McIntyre lifts Cody Rhodes up and powerbombs him through the table. He grabs Cody Rhodes and throws him into the ring. Drew McIntyre with the crossroads. He goes for the cover, but Cody Rhodes kicks out. Drew McIntyre goes for the Claymore, but Cody Rhodes kicks out. Cody Rhodes with the Claymore kick. He goes for the cover, but Drew McIntyre kicks out. Cody Rhodes climbs the top rope and jumps down. He jumps, but Drew McIntyre moves out of the way. Cody Rhodes lands on his feet. Cody Rhodes grabs Drew McIntyre and throws him towards the corner, but Drew McIntyre stops at the ropes. Drew McIntyre with a right hand. Cody Rhodes goes for a disaster kick, but Drew McIntyre pulls the referee in front of him, and Cody Rhodes hits the referee. Charles Robinson hits the referee. Drew McIntyre goes for a future shot DDT, but Cody Rhodes gets out of it. Cody Rhodes goes for the pedigree, but Drew McIntyre with a backdrop. He runs towards Cody Rhodes, but Cody Rhodes with a big boot. He goes for a splash, but Drew McIntyre moves out of the way. Drew McIntyre with a chop to the chest. Drew McIntyre grabs Cody, but Cody lands on his feet and he lands at crossroads. Cody Rhodes asks for a referee to run out, and out comes the referee. Drew McIntyre hits him with a Claymore. He goes for the cover, but Cody Rhodes kicks out. Drew McIntyre gets in the referee's face. The referee tells him that Cody was kicked out. Drew McIntyre throws Cody's shoulder first into the ring post. Drew McIntyre hits the referee with the Glasgow kiss. Drew McIntyre to the outside of the ring, and he grabs a steel chair. He gets in the ring and goes to swing it, but Jacob Fatu gets on the ring apron. He grabs the steel chair, which is Drew McIntyre was trying to cheat. Cody Rhodes rolls Drew McIntyre up, but Drew McIntyre kicks out. Drew McIntyre with the future shot DDT. He goes for the Claymore, but Cody Rhodes moves out of the way. Cody Rhodes with a super cutter. Cody Rhodes with the crossroads. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner and your new undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. This was a good main event match, but the outcome was very predictable. You already know Cody Rhodes was going to win. He lost at the Elimination Chamber by Drew McIntyre interfering in Cody Rhodes at the Elimination Chamber. So you mean to tell me that Drew McIntyre has only had the undisputed WWE Championship for 2 months? But that's crazy, man. It's gonna be a lot of controversy on social media. But this was a good main event match. But the outcome, you should have Drew McIntyre retain the undisputed WWE Championship until WrestleMania 42 Night 1. Cody Rhodes points at the WrestleMania 42 sign with power going off, and SmackDown goes off the air. All right, and that's all I gotta say. The SmackDown goes off the air. All right, let me give my honest opinion what I think about WWE SmackDown. Now WWE SmackDown was a solid show, and I give this show a 5 out of 10. And that's all I gotta say from here. But if you guys enjoy my WWE SmackDown review on Heights, make sure you guys please get this video 50 likes on this video. Like and subscribe to my channel, because I'm on the road to 12K before the end of April. Follow all my social media down below in the description. And that's all I gotta say. And I will see you guys tomorrow live on Twitch for Sports and Retro Gaming. But if not, I will go live on Twitch, but I will be playing some Mortal Kombat. So that's all I gotta say from here. So I will be going live on Twitch for playing Mortal Kombat. And that's all I gotta say. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and all stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I'll see you guys on my upcoming world premiere for my WWE Smackdown Rebellion Highs at around 5 o'clock a.m. But make sure my world premiere gets like 50 likes on this video. And that's all guys. And that's all I gotta say. If you guys can do that, it will mean the world to me. But when I start my world premiere, can we at least get 50 likes in my world premiere, please? And that's all I gotta say from here. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. Bullet Squad for life. That's all I gotta say. Too sweet. Gang. Bullet Squad for life. Too sweet.